of course mindful that we remain in national mourning and we wish to make a short public statement. The Executive met today to discuss the COVID-19 situation, and we reached some important decisions, and we feel it is right to share the details first with MLA colleagues via the ad hoc committee. Colleagues will know that today marks the first formal review under our pathway out of restrictions. We have reviewed the current situation, we have measured the risks, and we have looked at the health, economic and societal data. We have been mindful of steps taken elsewhere, and our decisions have been taken on what is best for us here at this time. We have taken a series of decisions in the interests of families, young people and children, in the interests of well-being and in the interests of our economy. We are bringing forward a balanced package of relaxations which will restore many of the familiar aspects of everyday life that have been missed dearly over recent times. There will be more to do and more decision points to come, but this is a landmark day as we step forwards firmly and with confidence on our pathway to recovery. All generations across society have coped with the most difficult of times, and we are proud of the way that the people of Northern Ireland have pulled together to save lives. The everyday positive choices made by so many have reduced the transmission of this deadly virus to the point today where we are able to roll back a significant number of restrictions. We are doing so in a careful and considered way, taking account of the prevailing health situation and the robust mitigation measures that can be relied upon to help keep people safe. We must also stress that while we are taking important decisions today, the virus is still with us, it is still dangerous, and we cannot drop our guard. People are still infected, hospitals are still receiving patients, and unfortunately, people are still at risk of serious illness and death. So we ask everyone to be mindful, to step out, but to step carefully. And please continue with the public health basics. Wash your hands, wear your face covering, maintain distance, and get fresh air around you. The Executive discussed the need to reflect on the strategic context for our decisions. We are incredibly proud of our vaccines programme. We are thankful to everyone who has responded to the invitations to take the vaccine, and we thank you for doing this in the wider interests of your family and community. Please remember that the vaccine does not give you superpowers, but it is a vital weapon in our fight against the virus. We continue to ask everyone to take up the jab when your turn comes. The logistical operations for the delivery of the vaccines are truly humbling, and we again want to thank everyone who is involved from planning through to delivery. It is a truly impressive operation to which we owe a great deal. We are also mindful that schools have returned fully this week. We recognise the incredible efforts of everyone in the education sector, parents and our young people. This is where we need to be, children and young people engaged in their education, socialising in positive and constructive ways, seeing their friends in safe environments, investing in their futures, working towards their life aspirations. That's the future we all want for our young people. We've looked at the different risks in different settings, whether that be inside or outdoors. We have agreed some next steps which we trust will take us forward in a hopeful and positive direction. We have received advice from our Chief Medical Officer and Chief Scientific Advisor. We remain grateful to them as ever for their professional advice. Our decisions today are aimed at lifting restrictions where we can. We cannot do everything people would want, and we are sorry about that, and we know it will be disappointing for some. We will pay constant attention to the steps needed to keep us moving forward, and that is an absolute commitment across the parties in the Executive. So the Executive has agreed that alongside the decisions we have made today, we will also set out a series of steps which we will wish to take next if the conditions permit. We do so in the clear understanding that we remain driven by data and not dates, in the knowledge that we have a clear commitment to this place and our citizens that we will keep these steps under review, and in the knowledge that we will ratify these indicative dates only if the prevailing circumstances permit. Mr. Speaker, we have decided the following can resume from the 23rd of April: driving instruction and theory tests, driving tests, close contact services including training, outdoor visitor attractions including outdoor activity centres, equine assisted therapy and learning on an indoor and outdoor basis in gatherings of up to 30 people, outdoor sport organised by a club, individual or individuals affiliated will be extended to include squad training, and competitive outdoor sport organised by a club, individual or individuals affiliated with participation numbers not exceeding 100 and no spectators permitted. We have also agreed that static band practice or rehearsal will be permitted in agreed outdoor locations from the 23rd of April. From the 30th of April, we have agreed to increase the numbers permitted to gather in domestic settings outdoors to 15 people from no more than 3 households, reopen all of retail, reopen and permit overnight stays in self-contained tourist accommodation for 1 household only, reopen unlicensed premises outdoors only with a maximum of 6 people from 2 households per table and contact details recorded, reopen licensed premises including social clubs outdoors only, limited to 6 people from no more than 2 households and contact details recorded, remove the curfew on takeaways, remove the curfew on off licences and permit individual activities in gyms, swimming pools and other large venues, including with a carer, and to allow one-to-one training, coaching with social distancing. Mr Speaker, thank you for facilitating this statement today.